Hey everybody, Jed Scott here with Scott Speed Shop, doing a grand update on a bunch of cool funky shit, keeping y'all up to date. Big thanks to Skull Garage guys for giving me one hell of a shout out. I really appreciate that. It's all about helping one another out. That's all it's really about. You know, just help out other cool people, and that karma will come back to you. But let's check out some of the cool, funky updates I got for you. We'll turn this baby around. That's my nail head. You've seen it run. Real 50s, 60s drag engine. A lot of pedigree there. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the nail head. We're here to talk about Jezebel and all my other cars. That's right. Look at that. 70 Charger grill. She's getting a regular grill and it needs to be repaired, yes. But like anything on Jezebel, we take broken shit and we make it work. And I definitely love the reproductions because it's drove those prices way down. And that could be part of the new Jezebel motif. A real Mr. Gasket vertical gate shifter. I need to clean it up and get it mounted to the stuff that's underneath this cover. Look at that. That could be cool. That could allure to something. Is that a Dana 60? Yeah, that is a real Dana 60 from a 1968 GTX. Oh, and there's the matching 4-speed from the same car. 18 spline Hemi-Trans. With an E-body pistol grip. Don't know if I'm going to keep that yet. But yeah, that's all stuff going in Jezebel. You may be asking me, Jed, where did you afford all this stuff? You're only 24, and all I can say is, I work really hard to get the stuff I have. Let me turn this off. You can never, just because you're some odd age, doesn't mean you can't afford certain things. I mean, hell, I own a 70 Charger. But anyways, this is the new intake for Jezebel. For her 505 cubic inch stroker. This is a real Mr. Norm's tri-power top. Used on the GSS cars. Move that. And all my gaskets. I did all that shave work myself. Still got some finish work to do. Those are 3 500 Holly 2 barrels. And that's what you run on. And then when you want to get stupid. Yeah, this is a real old Wyand bathtub 6-pack manifold. Made it for pro stock racing. And you know, like anything, I had to make my own air filter because they don't make an air filter. That's just hot glue, but it works. You know, whatever works. But yeah, I'm going to clean up that vertical gate. Come on, focus. And see how I like it on there. Because this car, Jezebel, is going drag racing. This time around, it's the last time I'm putting her together. So we got a lot of work to do. Let's go check out some of the cars. Matter of fact, I haven't ever done a video on my Javelin. I feel really bad. It's an original 1968 AMC Javelin. Base model, 343 high compression 4-speed car. And yeah, we added the Donahue spoiler, but it looks so much better with it. See? There's the 4-speed. No clock. The mileage reads 58,000, but I know there's a lot more than that on it. But she still runs and drives real great. I drive this thing just about everywhere. She was used by a dealership to drag race with, so that's kind of cool. It's the reason why I keep her around. There's the old satellite you've all seen 100,000 times. It needs a good update video, and it needs the paint cleaned up. But there's Jezebel. She's got her upright zoomies now, and the zoomie covers are on. Yeah, there'll be a 4-speed going in there here fairly soon. Giving the console to my dad because I found him a 69 Charger for $1,000, and about the same cheap Jezebel was when we first bought her. And on the subject of never believing you can afford something or you'll never have this or that, believe me, Dad and I never thought we'd own some of the shit we do. I found him a 426 Hemi, and it's on its way now. And there's the old 3D3 that Dad and I built. That's the very first engine we ever fully assembled. 1965 3D3 with a vintage Wyand tunnel ram. And then Dad's 49 GMC pickup with a tilt nose, 425 nail head in it. We got to build headers for that because they don't make it. But yeah, the biggest premise of this video is simply about don't ever let someone tell you or ever let yourself believe that you can't afford or you'll never have something just because you're a certain age or you're not some rich kid. Because quite honestly, let's see if this will sit right here. Right on my bench grinder that my buddy Chris Vircher gave me. Big shout out, man. You're cool. Go with the phone. Yeah. I fucked up my case there. Make sure we didn't rotate and get all messed up. But anyways, I guess I'll just hold this. Or maybe. Hopefully the lighting isn't shit. Oh well. Fuck it, I ain't gonna take the risk. Anyways, my point is, I'm 24. And you see the shit I own. And no, Daddy didn't buy me none of this. You know, Daddy bought me the Satellite when I was in high school. But on the premise that I passed with great grades, and I did that. I earned that car. I paid for my engine in it, my stroker. And I'm paying for my 505 cubic inch stroker. It's going to Jezebel. And that was a $2,500 kit from Hughes Engines. Another shout out. Great group of guys. Can't thank them enough. But we're aiming for about 650 horsepower to that stroker. And that's going to supposedly be real easy to hit. That's why we're going Dana 60. Instead of the 8 1/4, and I had an 8 3/4 for it, but long story short, traded that off. That's how I got the Dana 60 and the 4-speed. But my point is simply to all the young guys out there, and I'm a young guy myself, don't ever believe you won't ever have anything. Because a few years ago, just 3 years ago, about then, I would have never thought I'd own a 6-pack. Never thought I'd have a 4-speed. Never thought I'd have a Dana 60. Never thought I'd have a 70 Charger. Never thought I'd have a big badass stroker engine. And here I am now, 24 years old, own 2 big bad stroker engines. Both will have 6-packs on them. They're not stock 6-packs, but I made these myself. There's nothing about my 6-packs that are a kit. I take 3 regular Holley 2 barrels and I cut them up. And I ain't got a machine shop. I mean, I don't have a lathe. I don't have all the big fancy tools. I cut those carburetors with a Sawzall. This is not a pretty clean cut. And yeah, I wish I could have done a better job, but you know what? You do what you got to do. And all this shaving is by hand. With my little Harbor Freight belt sander, the little guy. In fact, I'll just show you it. That guy right there. Between him and my die grinder. That's how I made that happen. And all this linkage and stuff, just my dream. You just gotta not be afraid to go out and try something. And that's just the whole point of this video, and I can't say it enough. Because even my older brother, he ain't got a whole lot of money to build an engine. Hell, he didn't even have the money really to buy his short bed Dodge he's building. But that's what it's all about, is helping one another out. And that's his 3D3 he's building. He's got nice pistons. They're not diamond pistons. They're just flat tops, 30 over or 60 over. Shit, I got my finger in the camera. That's not good. And his little brother is helping him out with a pair of my Friendable headers. Also, by the way, helped my dad out with some Hemi headers. And we thought about putting a tunnel ram on his Hemi, but we ain't. But yeah, it's all about helping one another out. So if you got a buddy in your town or someone across the country like the Skull Garage guys and they're looking for something and they need something super rare, super expensive, you don't have to charge them out the ass for it. Just help someone out, because it'll come back and help you out in the long run in terms of karma. And you can't do it because you want the karma. You got to do it because you want to help somebody. And that's what it really comes down to. And I appreciate everybody's support. And I never planned on having, 188 subscribers. That's a big number to me. I'm just a small town Kansas guy. And I really do appreciate all the support and the shout out from Skull Garage guys. That means the world to me. It really does. And someday I'll have me a big badass gasser. And someday I'll go visit you guys and maybe we can line up. Put Mopar against Chevy. I think that'd be fun. Of course, I like to build a gasser and take it out there and have that nail head in it. It's sitting behind the camera. I wouldn't be able to compete because that nail head's only 322 cubic inch engine, and I don't know, it might be kind of fast. It's hard to say. It sounds mean. But yeah, you know, I'll say it one more time. Don't ever think you're never going to own something super cool like a 6-pack or, you know, say a 302 DZ Chevy, or, you know, even if your aspirations is to own a 427 big block Chevy. Go out there, find a dump truck motor, same thing. It's a tall deck. You can get intakes. Then you got a 427. You know, on the same lines of that, you know, not all of us can get the great deals like Jezebel that I bought for $3,000 2 or 3 years ago. You know, those deals don't always just pop up for people. And that's not really a bad thing or a good thing, you know. Anything can be cool if you put your heart and soul into it, you know. Some people think 76 Cordoba is just the most god-awful, ugly thing in the world. But I got buddies on my Facebook who have built them, and they look killer. I'd give my left nut to own some of the cars my buddies have built. And it's just all about that, you know. Something like that wind intake. Those things you get on eBay, and people ask $1,200 and more for them. And yeah, I paid $500 for mine. That's still a lot of money to me, but I ain't letting it go. Because that's my baby. That's something I've always wanted. And the same thing with my 671 blower up there. That's all about the karma thing. I mean, I got 2 Hemi tunnel rams. I got a 671. I got big block Chevy heads. I got aluminum F85 heads. This whole back row here is a mess. Moto Guzzi parts. Oh, and there's the scoop for Jezebel for when she gets the new engine. Because that intake's going to sit lower, and it means I can finally put a scoop on it. But yeah, it's as simple as that in all my cylinder heads. But get out there in the garage and build something. It doesn't have to be a car. Build a go-kart or something. Go out there, have fun, work with your hands. Don't sit inside and play on the computer and play video games, because that ain't going to get you nowhere. And yeah, you're watching this video, and I appreciate that if you stuck around here for the 13-minute mark. But please, get out there, build something, and tell me about it. Because I interact with everybody on my YouTube account, you know, like the 5 or 6 comments that I do get. I love that. I love being able to talk to people, and I love meeting people, and I love helping people out. So I just want to do this update video. Nothing super extravagant, no burnouts, no loud cars running. It's just an archive video to show everything that's happened so far. With my 4-speed, my Dana rear end, and I'm not bragging. Please don't think I'm bragging. But I'm just excited to have the things I do. And it just should be a testament to everybody out there on the internet. Just because you're a young man doesn't mean you can't have cool, valuable shit. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. Take care, God bless, and have a nice day.